See, that's just too short. Dang it. Alright, we're back with the 20th century guitar, and today we're going to make braces, even though I'm loath to go into the workshop because it is, oh, man. Heat index today is supposed to be 100 and something, and I'm not real jazzed about it, but this is the day I have, so this is the day it's gonna have to happen. Alright, I've got to cut two braces out. Actually, I have to cut two braces out for this particular piece. That one is, see, that's just too short. Dang it. So, anyways, we're going to cut one brace for this. We're going to make a replacement brace for here. We're also going to make a replacement brace for here. And let's, I think I need another one. Oh, I need four back here. I totally forgot about that. Good gravy. Yeah, so it's brace, brace, brace day because I've got to make another brace for this location up here, which should be the same, so I can get that out of there. So I'll cut that one, and I'll cut that one out of that billet, and I'll cut this one out of this billet, and I'm just randomly just jabbering on because that's, well, you know, that's what you do. You know, the only thing worse than working in a split shop is working in a split shop when you're also renovating a house at a different location, because about a third of my equipment that I use in here is gone. So I have no dust collection in here right now, so we're just gonna have to kind of suffer through it. Alright, now here's the dealio, is I have got some glue on the back of this, and I want to remove the glue off the back of this without changing this. It's been radiused. I'm afraid if I just go in and sand it, I'm going to change that radius. You're looking for that telltale shine, like right there. There's one little spot that's kind of like a divot that's got a little bit of glue in it. That's what you're looking for to see if you've got all the glue off. I think we got it all off of this one. Alright, so I ran to the other house to get my chisels, and it is oppressive. And so now it's going to take me about 4 days to stop sweating. The air conditioner's running like we're giving away money to pay the electric bill. Oh, my computer finally booted up. I have an old Vista laptop I'm trying to get booted up and running, if just long enough to where I can get Linux installed on it. So I'm leaving this here because this is actually a fairly nice keyway. In case you've never heard me say it, I'm going to say it again. Please do not use urethane expanding type foam glues, because when you're through screwing around with it, somebody like me has to come back later on and fix it the right way, and it takes forever, if it's even possible, to get that out of there and get back to regular repair methods. Now, there are some areas along the periphery where I have some larger chunks, like this area right. How about if I do that? Boy, that helps, doesn't it? Like this area here, I'm just going to leave this here. The rest of these little areas are all going to get cleaned up. Not exactly sure what we're going to do over here with this, because this is, well, I think someone split that along the grain and then glued it back in there and thought no one will ever be the wiser. You know, 60, 70 years pass, and here I am trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing now. I thought since I'm here, might as well start cleaning this edge up so it'll be all good to go. I'm being as non-destructive as I can. Because as you can tell, this is one piece of wood, and this is not a veneer. This is a piece of wood. So we kind of gotta do the nice to it. You can see here and here where they will do, I don't know if it's just a tool like a comb that they'll pull over the wood in order to give the glue, you know, to give this piece of wood some tooth so that the glue has something to kind of bite onto. I mean, that's something pretty normal that I've seen in this level of guitar. I'll do the once over with the chisel, and then I'll come back with a razor blade and clean it up. And now I'm getting into the point, this here, that's urethane glue. It just has a different look, a different feel. Got to be careful when you're going this way, because see how this grain is running? It'd be really easy to dig down into that. Don't ask how I know that. The other thing you want to be careful is when you're coming up with the grain, especially in an area like here, it'd be real easy to dig into it and screw something up. Make more work for yourself. Now, something that we haven't talked about yet on this is the fact that this is warped. See that? Isn't that nice? And I don't mean that, you know, I mean, here it's supposed to be arched a little bit, but this is like out of whack over there. So maybe when we're gluing it back together, we can just manhandle it and get it glued and set back into place, and we'll be okay. Alright, what I have done, I have got 2 of these braces that they already have the radius on the bottom of them, and then I have 2 braces that I've had to manufacture. And what I did was I conformed the radius of this brace to this brace, and this one to this one, because the radius in theory is the same anyways. Is that battery still alive? Yeah, I guess so. So I want to say I saw Jerry over at Rosa String Works do this, because if I already know the bottom of this radius, then I just need the back of this to conform to this. And since this is now the same radius as this, I just clamp these in here and my back should be ready to go. So I've put a clamp here in the middle, and I've put 2 clamps here on the end, and when I pick it up and look at it, it fits beautifully on the bottom of that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, because now I have the air handler, I have the hot water heater, I have the dehumidifier, and I have Adolf the Terrorist cat, all deciding they want to make noise at the same time. So all I need now is an earthquake and perhaps a small tribe of New Guinean Aboriginals, and then I think I'll have the complete set. So we're going to start gluing these up using this process, and then I don't have to dork around with trying to find the right sized radius dish, because this does not fit in either of the 2 radius dishes that I have. And there we are, offset just like the original. Go. Alright, now we'll wait and see, because while these are getting set up, I can then finish the rest of these. I can just finish these off. They're not really, I've just got to round the top of them, because there's not a lot of, I mean, they tapered the end of them and that's about it. But so we'll clean these up to make them match as best they can. Alright, I am not gonna let these stark bright white braces go inside that 60, 70, 80-year-old guitar. So we're going to stain them. And this is Trans Tint Brown Mahogany. Make sure you wear gloves when you do this, because if you forget, then you're going to have the brown fingers for a number of days. Then people will look at you funny. Of course, if they look at you funny already, yeah, what's it matter? It's kind of what I'm subscribing to. Now, I may sand this back a little bit to maybe hopefully take some of the intense brownness off of it. But now at least it won't look like this, because that's, the dog ain't gonna hunt. I hate having everything at the other house. Hey, if you like this episode of RATTLECAN Guitar Restorations, you might want to check this video out as well. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you'd like to help the channel grow, consider stepping over to our Patreon page and giving that a look. Y'all have a good weekend. Cheers.